That moment, you're waiting in line for coffee or stopped at a red light. There are 30 seconds of unstructured time ahead of you. What do you feel? Is it a calm pause, or is it a frantic, almost panicked urge to fill the silence? You reach for your phone without even thinking. The silence is the enemy. The emptiness must be filled. Now, compare that low-grade panic to a memory from childhood. That feeling of boredom on a long summer afternoon. It wasn't fun, but was it anxious? Or was it just empty? This new terror of the quiet, this inability to be alone with our own thoughts, it is not a personality quirk. It's a collective illness. We have successfully waged a war against boredom. We won, but in killing it, we accidentally gave birth to a far more terrifying monster: chronic, humming, inescapable anxiety. In this video, we will explore the lost art of being alone. We'll see why your brain desperately needs the boredom you've been taught to fear, and how our frantic escape from silence is the very thing destroying our peace from the inside out. For most of human history, boredom was not a problem to be solved. It was simply a state of being, and in that state, the human mind did something extraordinary. It created its own world. Think of the great leaps of imagination. They weren't born in moments of high-octane stimulation. They were born in the quiet spaces in between. Newton didn't discover gravity while scrolling a feed. He saw an apple fall during a moment of idle contemplation. Archimedes had his eureka moment while sitting in a bath, not while listening to a podcast. This was the gift of boredom. When the external world went quiet, the internal world roared to life. As children, we were masters of this. We built forts from blankets and created entire universes for our toys. Boredom was the engine of our imagination. It forced us to look inward and build from scratch. It taught us how to entertain ourselves, how to be resourceful, and how to be comfortable in our own consciousness. It wasn't empty time, it was fertile silence. We used to treat our minds like gardens, giving them the fallow periods needed to grow. Today, we treat them like factories, demanding 24/7 output, and we wonder why they are breaking down. The enemy in this story isn't a villain, it's a vacuum. We are so accustomed to constant input that our brains have forgotten how to function without it. This is the mechanism of our self-destruction. Mechanism number 1, the atrophy of the imagination muscle. Your brain, when deprived of external stimuli, is designed to create its own. But like any muscle, if it's never used, it weakens. By constantly feeding our minds with podcasts, videos, and feeds, we have put our imagination on life support. We no longer need to generate a thought or a daydream. The next one is always served to us. So when the stimulus is suddenly removed, your phone dies, the Wi-Fi goes out, the brain panics. It enters a state of withdrawal. That feeling of intense restlessness is your brain screaming for a hit of external content. It's screaming because it has forgotten how to produce its own. Mechanism number 2, the silencing of the self-network. Neuroscientists call it the default mode network, or DMN. This is a network in your brain that lights up when you are not focused on an external task. It's your daydreaming network. Its job is profound. It integrates memories, reflects on your identity, and contemplates the future. It is literally the part of your brain that generates your sense of self. To activate it, you need to be idle. You need to be bored. By filling every spare moment, we are actively suppressing this network. We are starving the very part of our brain responsible for self-awareness. Is it any wonder we feel so disconnected from ourselves? Mechanism number 3, the tyranny of false productivity. We lie to ourselves. We say we're listening to a podcast in traffic to be productive. We scroll through news articles while waiting for a friend to stay informed. But this is a cheap imitation of learning. True learning requires reflection. It requires the quiet time after the input to integrate the knowledge. We have become so terrified of the emptiness of just thinking that we have replaced it with the comforting but hollow act of constant consumption. We are information rich, but wisdom poor. Let's reframe the problem. You likely don't have an anxiety disorder. You have a solitude deficiency. The cure isn't more medication or more distraction. It's a courageous, deliberate return to silence. It's about relearning the skill of being alone. This is your path to reclaiming your mind. First, the 5-minute mandate. This is your first training session. Sometime today, find a chair, sit in it for 5 minutes. No phone, no music, no book, no distractions. Just you and the room. Your mind will race. It will scream for a distraction. Let it. Don't fight it. Just observe it. The goal is not to have an empty mind. The goal is to prove to your mind that it will not die from a moment of silence. Second, reclaim the in-between moments. On your next commute, leave the podcast off. When you're washing the dishes, let the music stay off. When you're walking the dog, leave the phone in your pocket. These small moments are the training grounds. Let your mind wander where it wants to go. Listen to the world, listen to yourself. Third, schedule an appointment with yourself. You schedule meetings, workouts, and dinners. Now, schedule solitude. Put it in your calendar, 15 minutos, pensar. Treat this appointment with the same seriousness. It is the most important meeting of your day. It's the one where you get to meet yourself again. If this idea of reclaiming solitude speaks to you, share this video. Because the people who need this message the most are often the ones most afraid to hear it. They are running from a silence that holds the very peace they are searching for. Stop running from the quiet. Start listening to it. Think, resist, rebuild.